manager and a stockist. I hope everybody can still hear me loud and clear.
We can hear you, sir.
All right. So before Green Mondays, I used to be in the financial services industry. Had a career spanning about 15 years. And one day the light bulb came on for me, and I'm going to get into that story pretty soon. Then I became a serial entrepreneur. I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur because I had my hands in several money-making ventures, you know. But presently, some I made it, some I moved, some my fingers were burnt. Uh, Maybe I'll go into a bit of that also. But currently, I run a publishing and printing outfit, Five Star Multimedia Services. And I'm also a managing partner with Quest Resources, whose main focus is consulting and business advisory services. I'm the chief operating officer of Rich Finish Solutions, a training and HR outfit in Lagos. And I partner with my wife to start first home events and catering services. That's her passion. And I just need to support her. We're not doing badly. So, like I said, one day the light bulb will turn on in your head, as you can see, and the light bulb turned on for me because I got to work that fateful day, and work was the same. Although if you're in the financial services industry, about 10 years ago, there were real issues that bordered on job security and what have you. The industry was having its own fair share of, you know, um, how do I put it, regulations and what have you, which required more banks to show up their capital base, and you couldn't do that. You just had to merge or be acquired by a bigger bank. So in my own case, a bigger bank, so to say, acquired my bank. But that wasn't much of a bother for me because I had everything going on smoothly. I was the branch services manager for the branch of my bank where I worked then. And, the management came up with a list of top 20 branch service managers. And on that list, I was number two. And my immediate superior shared the list with me. So I was like, if heads will rule, it can't even be me. I top two in a bank that has about 180 branches, and I wasn't bothered. And thank God one of my colleagues is in the room today, listening to what I'm saying. So the day
No voice, oh.
We can hear you now. Okay. Hello.
Network yẹn ti gbá mi jáde o.
Ó yá, try àti wọlé padà ẹ má wọrí.
let me unmute. All right. So sorry, everyone. We just have to share this screen again. It's the network, and I don't have control over that. So,
Well,
can you all hear me again?
yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great. All right. So, like I was saying, I got a call from the regional head who told me I had to wait for him. And I waited. But while I was waiting, I was like, I did a quick and instant review of my career in the last 10 years of my career before it got to that point. I never scored less than a B in my appraisal. My branch was posting profits. I was just recently promoted even into middle management cadre. So I was having everything. When you check all the indices, everything was going on fine for me. I mean, so I was like, well, maybe it was a system glitch until the man came about 10 p.m. You can imagine. He made me wait till like 10 p.m. And by that time, I called a few of my friends in IT and all that. So I was already seeing the handwriting on the wall. And when it came 10 p.m., I said, okay, you're welcome, sir. And I have my letter and was like, what do you mean? Interestingly, I was the first person he saw in the morning before he went out that day. He had a letter for me. He never told me anything about it. He made me work normally that day until 10 p.m. And I told him, look, sir, I'm not a baby in this industry. I mean, I can put two and two together and just come up with what has happened. So let me have my letter. He gave me the letter. He wanted to counsel me. I told him, you should just stop all that. I don't need it. So he handed me the letter. I read it, and it was the acknowledgement copy of a resignation letter that I had never written. So, well, not my father's job, so I didn't have a choice. I took the letter, but I told him I was going to send him my resignation letter. I wasn't going to write anything under duress. So I left, then the following Monday, it was a Friday, and it was a very long weekend for me, as you can imagine. So the next Monday, I sent him my resignation letter, and I sat down. I was like, what next? And if you are very familiar with people who work in the financial services industry, most of the time, they live from paycheck to paycheck. You understand? Loans here and there, you understand? They live a false life and what have you. And before then, I've been thinking about what to do, what to do. I could remember there was a day I went into the restroom and I was praying to God that, Lord, I'm tired of all this stress in this industry. Can you just make a way for me? Give me international connections and what have you. And, you know, to cut long story short, I was on my own. In my times of solitude, I started thinking, what next, what next, what next? And someone told me about the opportunity that I'm going to talk to you about now. And although with another company, I took a look at it. But before then, I'd invested money in farming, poultry farming. I got my hands burnt. I ran out of it. Twice the speed with which I went into it was what I used to run out of it. Then I said, let me do egg distribution and marketing. You know, somehow I said, if you are going to really make it and if you're going to invest in anything, because of my prior knowledge in the MBA I did, you know, when you talk of hierarchy of human survival, which informs people's buying behavior, you know, human beings need food, clothing, and shelter. I looked at clothing and shelter. I said, well, that one may take a bit more time and all that, but food, people must eat. So I, you know, pruned it down. I said, okay, let me go into poultry farming. So that's history now. Then I invested in some other businesses which didn't turn out well also. And it was as if the outside world was waiting for me, you know, to get, you know, all my hard-earned savings. So I invested here, invested there because, I mean, this is a man with a wife, kids, and other mouths to feed, other dependents, you know, a mom, siblings. So, I just said, I must do something. Until a friend told me about this industry. And we started, and I was able to build, gradually to the time I was able to build a team of about 2,000 people in that business that I was doing there. And a bad month, I was earning about 250K passively, So I understand, this industry perfectly, and I know that it's the way to go. You understand? So, without much ado, going into the crux of the matter today, which is what I tagged. I'm coming. Becoming a global entrepreneur and unleashing your income-making potential. I like to do this. I understand many of us know the definition of this. But who's an entrepreneur? Someone who
No network.
add just 10% to live on and to also make money on. So
You can continue, sir. We can hear you.
I can see it. I was talking.
okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So why global? Why think globally? The world is already a global village with technology. So why limit yourself? Of course, when you think globally, you can spread your risk. A good case in point is, usually except for the times we are in right now, that when there's a recession in a particular economy, most of the time there's a boom in other clients. So if you have a business that is not restricted to where you are, then when people are crying, you can be laughing because you are making money, from another economy that is booming. So this opportunity allows you that. So why not take advantage of it? So let's move on. So what's the plan? If one would be a global entrepreneur, what are the options available to you? You have the stocks, commodity, go on London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, you have the popular forex trading, you have oil and gas, you have exportation that will give you, foreign currency from where you're exporting to. We have real estate options. We have people who own properties in Dubai, in the Caribbean, in Gambia, or what have you, and they are earning rent from it. But when you look at all these options, they require mega capital. The only other option that I can think of is what I call leverage sales, or as network marketing. Why? The risk is very low. You have control over the business. You can manage your inventory. You don't need to buy, and it requires very, very minimal capital. I hope you know where I'm coming from. Because this opportunity I'm talking to you about, to show you why you need to play big in it, because the higher the risk, the bigger or higher the returns. But you can still start small and grow big.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Let's move on. So what's the case for leverage? I quickly want to share this because many people don't really understand the concept of leverage. I said, for example, you earn $2 per hour and you work for 8 hours daily. This means you accrue $16 daily. You can do the translation. The rate I'm using is 500 naira to $1. That means at the end of the month, on your own, you are making 40K or $480. This translates to $5,840 in a year, 2.9 million. You're not doing badly, honestly. But I come from a school of thought that says when better becomes available, good becomes bad. Now, follow me on this journey. Now, suppose you work for 24 hours, which is not possible. At the end of the year, you will have accrued $17,520, which is the equivalent of 8.76 million. Now, I said, as interesting as the scenarios are, they are nothing compared with when you engage leverage. And what is leverage? We've heard so much about it, but I want to put or describe leverage simply as achieving more with less. And you see why I put it that way. I said, suppose you build a system of 100 people working 1 hour daily, part-time, and they are earning $2 per hour. This gives you 100 man-hours daily, which is equivalent to $2,000 daily, or $60,000 monthly, which also translates to $720,000 annually. I hope you know why I'm putting dollars, because we are talking global here, and that's the global currency. So if you translate that to Naira, that's 360 million Naira annually. Remember, you built or facilitated the system. So let's assume you share the proceeds 50-50. This means you earn $360,000 or 180 million Naira. Worst case scenario, you didn't do any work. They are taking 10%. You go $1,000 or 36 million Naira as against 8.76 million if you work for 24 hours. And we know that is not possible. Now I said, imagine if you motivate these people, these 100 people, to work for just 5 hours. The rest they say is history. It's very interesting, you know. And I also want I put a teaser here. I said, what makes Dangote who he currently is? It's leverage. Dangote is leveraging. If you look at the number of people taking his salt, taking his pasta, or whatever he has to offer on a daily basis, that talks about volume. Now, he's offering value, which is food, and people need to eat. Now, look at the critical mass engaging that value. What's the frequency with which they engage the value? Is it daily? Is it monthly? Is it weekly? So that can now make you project that, look, leverage is a game changer. And also there's the difference between peak milk versus cowbell. Then peak milk was exclusively for the rich. Then the cowbell came. Cowbell milk came. And let's do the maths. Say the person, say peak milk, the company making it is making maybe 100 naira or 50 naira per sale of the tin milk, as against someone making 10 naira on a sachet of cowbell milk. If we have 100 million Nigerians taking cowbell milk daily, that's 1 billion naira daily. That's 30 billion naira every month, as against just 1 million Nigerians that are accessing peak milk. That's 100 million naira daily, and that's just about 300 million naira, or no. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are back, sir.
Okay. So I said that's the power of multiplication or duplication, you know, just working with a few people and everybody being on the same page doing the same thing. Look at this table, for example, and look at the difference from 2 getting 2 to give 4, 4 getting 2 to give 8, 8 working with 2 people to give 16. And everybody now decides to just talk to one person more. Look at the difference. And this leads me to the wealth creation formula, which I like to call the VVF formula. Some of us might have heard this before. For you, it's a refresher course. They say repetition is the mother or father of
Our chief host is having connection. Hope we'll be back in the room in the next minute. I'm enjoying the flow, so I want to learn as well. So let's just be patient for about a minute or two. I think you will need to stop sharing this. I can see you now. Just don't share your screen anymore. Just continue like that.
all right. I'll do that. So, well, the slide I'm using is the main slide. I'm sure a lot of people have it. Yeah. So, now, for me, survival turned on the light bulb, and I had to, trim it down or drill down to what I actually need to focus on.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, all right. So, like I was saying, somewhere down the line again, the light bulb turned on for me, and I was like, I'm from Malaysia, so let me use myself as an example, to really buttress the fact of the matter, why we need to embrace what tells me that, look, the test we did last week, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I stopped your video as well. So just continue. Can you hear me as well? Hmm?
Abiel. Okay, I hope everyone can hear me now. Internet.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I said, suppose sitting in front of the one sumptuous bowl of inyo that I love eating all the time because I'm from Ilesha, Osun State. And I get a call from a doctor that says, look, the test we did last week, so are the things that we discovered, and God forbid it was negative, it was in the negative. Do you think I'll be able to eat that food? No. So as interesting a business opportunity to embrace in the food services industry is health. When you look at health, is more interesting. So if you embrace an opportunity that has to do with health and wellness, there's a high likelihood that you will stay in business. A case in point, during the lockdown, even if people paid more attention to their health than what they than the food they were eating. Lifestyle, they had to disregard. It was survival. And a lot of us sold much more during the lockdown period than when things were normal. So that's just to buttress the fact or the point I'm trying to make, that any business that has to do with health and wellness will thrive. And if you look at the statistics, if you do your research, you'll see that it's $1 trillion business when it comes to health. It is a leveler. A lot of the high and mighty they have fallen because of wrong health choices. So when you get it right with your health, especially when someone knows that you have a product, a health product, or a lifestyle product that is working, that will so, like I said earlier on, any business you do along that line will make a lot of sense. Now, the opportunity that we're talking about
to step in at this point to just complete the opportunity presentation. Now, I particularly love the personal touch is bringing into the presentation, which is why we had to stay for this long. But as it's going, at this point, need to help him and step in. Hopefully, quickly wrap. Reader is an amazing product that is from Nigeria to the rest of the world. People love Reader. You see the kind of test. For those of us that listen to Mr. Ademola from the beginning, we all hear from him how he used to be a banker, how his appointment was terminated, and the rest of that. And in case you're in the room today and you're wondering, what will I be doing with this kind of product? This is an amazing product. It's a mind-blowing product. If Reader is a product that you've not tried before now, I encourage you to try the product. And, you know, one thing that is creating doubt in the mind of people many times is the fact that people always wonder, how come one product can do a lot of things? Reader takes care of what we call oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the leading cause of most diseases that human beings have, you know, from back pain to neck pain to menstrual pain to menopause to, you know, whatever kind of men or whatever kind of height that can be wrong with people. Reader can take care of it because Reader will go to the root cause of the problem and fix it. You know, it works at cellular level. Try to fix the problem from the cellular level. Now, so that's how Reader works. And every time we have the opportunity to talk to people about what Reader can do, you know, it's usually mind-blowing, you know. And in case you are here today, you are still wondering what are they talking about, I will encourage you to try the product. Okay, how can you become a distributor? You know, I usually encourage people when you are coming on board this opportunity, go for the highest. You know why I'm saying that? It shows your level of faith in the product, and you cannot develop or build that level of faith until you have used the product. When you use the product, the encouragement you get from it and from the people that you share it with will tell you how well you want to start the business. Now, it's not as if you have to look for 750,000 naira before you start. Some may want to start at 140 like I started, and I upgraded to platinum, and before I move on to VIP. And there are a few things I'll show you as we progress along the line that will let you know that, okay, you just simply need to be part of it. Now, Reader range of products is not just product that you use in your mouth, okay? It's also a product that you can ensure. Okay, I think the presenter is trying to reach me. It's a product you can ensure that can take care of different things, from body wash to body butter to hair cream to hand wash to hand sanitizer. Reader has range of products. So even if you are the type that is running away from what you can use in your mouth, what it will do on your skin, the way it will rejuvenate your skin and you will look younger than your age is simply amazing. And okay, I've spoken about oxidative stress. Because of our time, I may not be able to give one or two persons an opportunity to share testimony. Maybe by the time I wrap up, if you have testimonies, you can help me type it or raise your hand. I'll call you before the end of the presentation. Now, whatever level you come on board with for Reader, whether bronze or silver or gold or platinum or VIP, will determine how well you can earn in this opportunity. And one other reason why I encourage people to do VIP is that with the VIP package, you can earn as far as 12 generations from you. Okay, when you do this. And see, the truth of the matter is when you become a VIP in this opportunity, whether you do anything or not on a monthly basis, money is dropping into your account. Okay, I tell people, I said last month, every VIP in Green Monday, when they share the 2% of the global profits that the company made, it was about 5,000 naira. And we're talking about 5,000 naira today. There will be a day will come that it will become 50K, 100K, and much more than that. And that is only available for those who are platinum or VIP. So that's why I encourage people, because Nigerians just love where they will put money and they want it to be yielding for them, okay? If you become platinum or VIP, your money will begin to work for you. You know, there are different levels of human engagement. There is a time where you are an employee and then grow to self-employed. Then you grow from self-employed, you become business owners. Then from business owners, you become an investor. When you become an investor, that's the point where your money begins to work for bankers will count you'll be feeling big, but you are getting tired or not. Okay, or you have not seen it before. You know, your vision board. Okay, let it be part of. You are here on this side of the earth. Okay, this is possible. I was reading an analysis that there was a day that Jeff Bezos, okay, made. His total net worth was about 199 billion.8, and the next day is already worth over $200 billion. $200 billion. Okay, that's somebody that made $200 million in a single day. Money that many people will not make in their lifetime before they die. And I always ask people, okay, people talk about big money just the way I'm talking about it now, because I'm dreaming about it. I'm not just dreaming about it, I'm giving flesh to my wings. I'm working towards achieving that goal. And I always ask people, what exactly is your strategy? What are you doing today that will ensure you can live the kind of lifestyle you want to live tomorrow? Okay, this is not just mouth. You need to ensure that you are not paying lip service to your dream. You need to ensure that you are giving flesh. You are putting action in place to ensure that your dream is fulfilled. In Green Monday, there is active income, there is passive income, but the most important that you need to ensure is happening for you today is what we call leverage passive income, on your way to earning passive income. And how does passive income work? Passive income is money you make while you are asleep. Okay? And somebody said, when you make enough while you are asleep to take care of you when you are awake, then you are financially free. How many of us plan or dream to be financially free? And the most shocking part for me as well is realizing the fact that many people in this life don't achieve financial freedom because it wasn't their goal. Okay, if financial freedom is your goal, you set it as goal, you understand what it is, you work towards it, you understand and you study about it, you are likely going to be financially free. But then, what happens to people who didn't set financial freedom as their goal? Okay, you can only imagine what will happen to them in few years. That's in Green Monday. Like Coach A said yesterday, we have about 18 different ways to earn. But, you know, articulated and that you can see on your screen is that we have about 13 different ways to earn. Okay? And I'm asking you, how many of these can you ensure is dropping for you on a regular basis starting from today? Okay, whether you like my face or you like my style of presentation or not, by Monday morning, I will earn from this opportunity, irrespective of what you think, irrespective of your intentions towards me, because I am working, I have put plans in place that will ensure I continue to earn. Instant reward, personal bonus, personal executive shares, stockings reward, retail profit, matrix completion. You know, all this and many more is available on the table. But it doesn't, the fact that something is on the table it's not enough that you will earn from it. You need to take action. You need to stretch out your hand. You need to hold your knife to ensure that you can cut a piece of the national cake. You know, I always say in Nigeria, money is flowing around. There are people you will meet today, and we ask for your BVN, and they'll put some kind of wicked money in your account that, you know, or that you should be holding on their behalf. And I ask myself, okay, no matter how dubious these people are, I don't want that kind of money. I don't want the kind of money that will not give you peace of mind. This kind of money you will earn from network marketing will give you peace of mind. One of my Gochi was asking me yesterday, they said, this money we are earning from network marketing, how do I pay tax? I said, no, you don't need to do that. The company is ensuring on a regular basis that they are paying tax on your behalf. Okay, so earnings from network marketing is not taxable. Okay, all the relevant tax is being paid by the company. So there are massive ways, there are different ways to earn. All you need to do is hold your knife, hold your fork and knife, come to the table, and there is enough for you to eat on the table. Okay, and when you look at it, you know, projection based on power of 4. You are working with 4 people who are teachable, who are ready to learn, who will also teach 4 other people what you are showing them. And if everyone work with just power of 4 and build their team by teaching. One day, right? Done personally is mind blowing. Is and it is possible. You just need to bring yourself around to ensure you are part of this. That if it takes you 12 years to earn 11 billion naira, how beautiful is that? And there's still another part that for everybody that join your team, all they need to do every month is to have 1 or 2 bottles of reader that they can use to ensure that the family stay healthy. There is no yama sickness disturbing your family, whether headache or malaria or typhoid. Have you met people before that would tell you that they must treat typhoid and malaria every month? Okay, if there is anybody like that that need to have a bottle of reader at home on a daily basis, all they need to do is their GMX. What is possible with GMX is about 2.5 billion naira in about 12 periods, okay? 12 periods may mean 3 years for some people, it may mean 5 years, it may mean 10 years, and for some people, maximum it may be 12 years. And if I had these two together, 11 plus 2.5, that's about 13.5 billion naira in 12 years. How bad is that? People usually will respond, that's not bad though, that's amazing. I want to end that. But then, how much effort are you putting into this? Okay, this is possible. This is no joke. And I would like to encourage you today that the first 4 people you will bring into the business, and I always tell people, you may have to bring 10 people on board to realize these 4 people we are talking about, because some people just pay lip service to their dream. Some will come on board and say, no, I don't have time, I don't have energy, I don't have. Work with people of like passion. Work with people who are ready to burn the bridge and ready to run with this opportunity. I've listened to Mr. Ademola today. I will make sure as his upline that is doing presentation on a weekly basis, because he cannot have that level of resources within himself and the world is not hearing him. We are going to put that talent, that energy into use, because this is possible, and we owe each and every one of us the role to ensure that this is done. And the last question I would like to ask you today is, are you qualified? Okay? That the kind of dream that you have in front of you, the kind of lifestyle that you desire to live, are you qualified for it? Are you qualified to travel around the world? For me, through this opportunity that we are sharing in front of me, I can see 2 different trips, and I'm wondering, how will I create time to leave my family within this period to be able to travel, because the trip will happen. Okay, I have so much travel at a point in my life that to climb an aircraft was scary for me. There was a time that I had to go to Dubai twice in 2 months because the company is paying for it. This is amazing. This is mind-blowing. Behold, I have said before you today what is possible within Green Monday. Are you qualified? Or you are just going to be saying, they have come again? This is not about coming again. This is about making something meaningful happen in your life. You can hear him. He has worked in the bank for more than 10 years, for close to 15 years, and suddenly he could no longer log in, and they gave him a resignation letter that he never wrote. And you are here today, you are still wondering, what is this all about? If in case you are asking me like that, what you need to have is more information about this opportunity. And I will encourage you to grab the person that invited you for this meeting to ask further questions. I am sure everybody will be more than glad to tell you about the opportunity. If Mr. Ademola is back in the room right now, okay, which is not. Okay, so at this point, if there is no testimony, I would like to give 1 or 2 persons an opportunity to say something before I draw the curtain on the meeting this evening. Thank you so much for your time. I love you. Thank you for all the encouragement. Sorry for all the downtime. Okay, for as many of us who are in Nigeria, we know that this can happen from time to time, but it's still not an excuse. See you again by 12 o'clock tomorrow. Anybody that have anything to share with us, comment, observation, testimony. I would like to give 1 or 2 persons an opportunity to speak before we close the room this evening. Thank you very much. Anybody in the house?
Hello, we are here. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Try to wrap up the meeting. Yes, okay. Loud and clear now. We can hear you. Mrs. Dipe, I heard your voice earlier. You want to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say something, but later the voice went and was breaking.
Okay, you can say it now before I close the meeting.
Okay, I just want to thank you for the presentation. Very impactful. And I hope that the guests in house, they learned a lot and they will join us on this business. I'm advising them now to use the product, because when you have that experience, you'll be able to sell your experience. Give the products to people that really, really need your assistance. We have a lot of people suffering. NAFDAC woman that is arresting the drug people that are doing fake drug is no more alive. So the drug dealers that are doing fake drug, they now have field day. So a lot of the drugs outside there are not even doing the job that they're supposed to do. So this is a trusted and tested product. Let's go ahead and use the product for ourselves, for our family members. I will not regret it. I can guarantee that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Sensitivity is a
okay,
short,
we
sharp
really
pain
appreciate you for that kind words. Okay, and I hope that for everybody who is in this room this evening and is a prospect, you can go to the person that invites you so that you understand what we'll do more. Okay, I will be back here again by 12 noon tomorrow and by 6 p.m. You can join us again. We'll try and do it better because we always get better with our presentation. Thank you very much for your time. Do have a lovely evening.